Hey, good morning. Let's see, what time is it today? It's 11 o'clock on Wednesday, and I only have about 7% left on my battery on my computer, so I'm going to do this fast. I did want to get on and talk to you a little bit about tracking your food. I'm launching my flexible dieting course that started this week, and so one of the things that I have the participants do is track their food. And a lot of people, they want to go on, they don't want to have to track their food. But the thing is that tracking your food, for me, it's important. It's going to give you accountability. It's going to give you results. It's going to give you changes in your body. It's going to eliminate the frustration that comes with dieting and learning how to eat. And it's going to help to remove the negative feelings that are associated to food and dieting. So a lot of people have a barrier to this. Like, they don't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. It's almost like if I don't do anything about it, it'll just go away. But that's not true. And so if you track your food, and you can just write it down, or you can use the MyFitnessPal app, or whatever works for you, just get it down so that you can look at it. When you hit a plateau, when you are not getting the results that you want, you can actually go back and look at that and make tweaks to your diet and what you're doing and how you're eating to continue on the journey to get more results. And the thing is that if you're on a plan and you're eating, like whatever it's giving you, then when you hit those sticking points, like, how do you make adjustments on that? Because you have a plan that you're following and it tells you exactly what to eat. But what happens when that doesn't work anymore? How do you make an adjustment so that you can continue getting the results? Because your body is asking for a change at that point. Metabolism is dynamic. It's not static at all. It's dynamic. It fluctuates day to day depending on how you eat, just like your weight does. And so because there are natural day-to-day fluctuations, then you have to be able to make changes in how you're eating, okay? If you can track your food and write your food down, and I heard Sohee Lee say this, and she took it from someone else. So if you can write your food down with the same emotion that you can walk into a full parking lot and count the number of white cars that are in that parking lot, that's the way that you should do it. If you can get yourself to that point, that's the way that you should do it, okay? So no emotion about it. It's literally like looking at your bank account, okay? Because if you're tracking macronutrients and calories, you have an allotment for the day, and it's just like working your budget, your financials, your bank statement. It's the same thing. It's numbers. And when you have those numbers, you can make adjustments. So a good story that I have about this is that I was doing what most people did, okay? I was just eating a certain way, not tracking my food, but I also wasn't losing weight, right? And I was eating healthy and eating better, but I wasn't getting the result that I was after, and I actually was gaining weight. Some of that was because I was training heavy and lifting heavy and putting on muscle mass. But when I stepped on the scale and I weighed like 210 pounds, which I didn't look like that, but I'm big. So it's just what came up, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So, my body was changing. Yes. I was putting on muscle mass, which in my mind is great. And, I just wasn't losing weight. And that was my goal, was to lose weight. So I wasn't getting that. And, the thing is that once I actually started tracking my food and writing it down, I was getting between 900 and 1,200 calories per day, which for a lot of people, they're going to be like, oh, that's great. You should be losing weight on that, right? But I'm 5'10". I weigh 100, and at my normal weight, I weigh about 175, okay? I'm active. My job is active. My lifestyle is predominantly active. At that point, I was refereeing basketball, so I was running a lot. I was also training because we were in the off season. And, that's a lot of activity, and 900 to 1,200 calories is not going to support that. When I started tracking my food and actually increased my calories because that's what I needed, my weight just started coming down, and I dropped like 20 pounds in no time. And I saw a guy that used to work out at my gym, and he was like, man, you've lost so much weight. And I really hadn't, but my body had changed so much from what he previously had known. And if I had never tracked my food, I never would have been able to make that adjustment. And sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and look at it. It's kind of like going to the doctor. The doctor, they run tests to see what the numbers say so they can make suggestions, right? Tracking your food is the same thing. Like, you're looking to see what it says so you can make adjustments. And so if I would have never done that, I never would have been able to get the result that I got. And that's why I advocate for tracking your food, because if you're just eating a plan, you have no idea the amount of calories that you're taking in, and you also have no idea if it's the right amount for you or not. And those are pretty important things to get to. So, you know, just track your food, bite the bullet, do it, look at it. If you have questions about how to do it, what platforms to use, what's the best way to do it, reach out to me. I'm here to support you and to help you. My name is Krissi Williford. That's what one of the things that I do is help people lose weight when they're having problems with it, when they're chronic dieters, they're always on a diet, but they're not getting the result that they want. I work with people who just want to lose weight, but the people that come to me are the people that are having trouble because they've been on a diet for, 20 years or 10 years or whatever. And so tracking your food is one way that we look at what's going on. And then we do some calculations to see what you actually need. And then we try to marry the distance, right? Because if you're way under eating like I was, you're not going to get the results, even though you think that it's great. Less is not always better. And so knowing where you are, knowing what's going on with you, and then how do we, bridge that? How do we marry the distance so that we get you closer to what it is that you need, so that you reduce internal stress and you regulate blood sugar, and your body will just naturally release the weight. And it's no longer this big, large undertaking that we all have so many barriers to, and we don't look forward to, and we feel bad about, and we feel unworthy and like we can't do it and we won't be successful because we've tried it and failed before. But you know what? I've done all that, and I want to be your guide. I will help you however I need to. If that's just to have a conversation with you, then that's what I'll do. So, I'll be your guide. Let me be your guide so I can walk you through the process and the steps and show you how to do it. If you want to send me a private message to discuss some of that, tell me about the issues that you're having, I'll definitely help you troubleshoot. If you want to come work with us at Xcite Fitness, we're totally open to that too. Me and my team would love to support you. So reach out to me, let me know what's going on with you. Start tracking your food for best results. And I hope this helps you. Talk soon. I hope this saves because my computer is dying.